Hi guys, welcome to class for your environmental species project that I've given you. It's more of a writing prompt than it is anything. A lot of you have already gotten it. One class period didn't take it, but that's fine. I have extra copies. So it's this little thing here. Let me show you on my actual computer. Let me slide this out of the way. So it's this here. It's the invasive species writing prompt. It says, pretend that you are a reporter for a local newspaper. You are writing an article about breaking news in Volusia County of two invasive species, the keywords there, invasive species, that have been introduced to our environment. One species is the lionfish, okay? That was introduced into our waterways is now playing havoc on our marine ecosystem. And the second is the Burmese python that is overpowered many of our ecosystems in Florida. In your news article, please educate the public on what invasive species is and include the following research for your article. So you're just going to follow these steps that are here that are given. Now I want you to see that number 7 right here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want you to see that number 7 right here says your own opinion, your opinion. Okay, so let's go over each one of these. You can do this project. Where did you go? Boop. You can do this project 3 different ways. You can do it on written paper. Okay, you can do it on lined paper, you can do it on Word document, or you can do it on PowerPoint. So it doesn't really matter which way you do it. So here's one, like here's an example, writing project by Mrs. V. Henderson. And then I would be like, breaking news. And then it would be some kind of like attention, Volusia County, communities. Like, so make it a very specific like a specific area of Volusia County. So whatever city, like Deltona, you can say here Pearson, like any little community here that, hey, some knucklehead has released out these animals and now it has become a growing problem. So first what you really want to do is you want to go back to what these things mean. So let's go back here. So first, we have to know what invasive is. At this point, you guys know, and it's the notes that you guys have been taking for me. And it says, please include what location these species are in. The species are native to. So we have to go here and find out where's a lionfish native. So let's go here. Let's go here. Where are lionfish native? Lionfish. Oh, tropical coral reefs. Oh, he's pretty scary. He's kind of pretty though. Oh, his specs. Oh, he looks kind of sad. Look at him. Isn't him cute? So, this fish here is definitely not supposed to be on this side of our plant. And then you can say, and I do believe, I think I know where the python's located, but I don't want to say just in case I'm wrong. And then you're going to look up your Burmese python and you're going to see where he's located and what they're doing over there. So when you have other species that are not native to this area that are introduced by humans, you can have the introduction species like I've explained to you before in classroom. And then you're in your invasive species. So if you go back, I want you to use your noodle. Go back and think about the difference between something that's introduced and something that's invasive. Something that's introduced by humans can become a bad thing, right? So I have this plant. I went over to Lithuania and I found this amazing flower and I thought it was so pretty and it was amazing. It smelled nice. Oh, it's gorgeous. And I wanted to bring a sample of that home here to Florida. Well, I don't know anything about this plant. I've never seen this plant before. I planted in my garden. Okay, I introduced this new species to a new environment. Is that okay? Depends. Now we're going to take the same beautiful flower. I've introduced it. Now the same beautiful flower is overtaken my entire garden. It's going over my back fence and into the neighbor's fence. And come to find out, this very now invasive species is very, very deadly to the hummingbirds, the little regular birds. Butterflies don't attract to it. It's poisonous to cats. You can't get it on your skin because it will make you break out. It's sort of like a weird poison oak. So you have to kind of really be careful about where you plant things, where you take things. That's why there's now new laws where you can't just go, oh, this is mine. Like, here, we'll do this. I'm gonna find some stuff over here. I found some cotton, empty cup, cork. Okay, so let's dump out some cork here. So cork is actually from a tree. And just in case you didn't know that, did you know cork is from a tree? It's not man-made. Really? So cork is not man-made. There is man-made cork. It's not as good as the original. So this is original cork. That's why cork is so expensive. It's actually wood. So not native. Cork is not native to America. Native to America, cotton. Soft, fluffy cotton. You go all over the place and it will actually grow wild in certain places here in Alabama, Florida, Georgia, the southern region. It likes hot weather more than it likes cold weather. If you're wondering, I'm teaching my 8th graders about density. Because if we think back, we're going to go, oh yeah, cotton is less dense than cork. And cork is less dense than a rock. Rocks sink, corks kind of float, and these will absorb and stay on top. That's what we're doing in 8th grade land, if you were wondering. That's another video for another day. So when you're thinking about those two different types of species, something that's introduced from one habitat to another one, and that sometimes it will just die out because it's not used to being there. There are apple trees that are from up north that will not live down here in Florida. It's too hot. It is way too hot. They need to go through their molting season. They need to go through those changes. Whereas we see here in Florida, like right now, if you see where it says it's a beautiful sunny 58 degrees, it's cold for us. This is nothing for people in Maine. People in Maine would rather be, a sunny 50. Oh, look. Oh, the end of the world. That's not the end of the world. We've got millions of years. So, you can't take an apple tree from Maine, northern Maine, and try to plant that same apple tree, the sapling of that apple tree down here. It's going to take a long, long time. It's going to take various generations for it to build up, to adapt to that climate. And you would need a male and a female. You would need two, and you'd have to breed them and keep them in certain conditions until you got them. I went through that process myself. With some flowers from Nebraska. It took me literally 2 years before they actually will start growing in my garden. Took me forever. They're like little bluebell flowers, and they are not native to here, but I have them contained in a little container, so they grow in just that spot, and it's a semi-annual thing, so they only come like twice a year. Another thing I want you to do when you're looking at your assignment, like I showed you, you can do it on Word. Mine's uploaded to Word, so you can, again, let's see if we can make it really fun. I don't know if you guys actually know how to use these, if anybody's actually showed you guys, but I really enjoy, and you could change the colors of things, you could add effects to it, you can put watermarks in, page color, you can change, see the colors of the pages, and you can share it. So I don't know if a lot of you, there's borders. I love borders. The borders are fun. So you can put a box border around, you dotted lines, shadow. I mean, you can really make it fun, okay? I want you guys to have fun with this. But if you want to make it on just regular paper, that's okay too. So this is pretty simple on Word document. I don't want to see just like sentence, sentence, add something to it. Make it fun. Make it to where it's gonna have fun. So when you go to share it, you're gonna share it with me by clicking the share button. It's gonna pop up. It's gonna say that. You're going to click that, and it's gonna pop up and ask you for an email, and then you're gonna put in my email address, okay? At this point, you guys should know what my email address is. Just in case you forgot, let me go ahead and put that in there for you. Okay, let's make this a little bigger so Those of you in the back can see how this little bar pops up. This is my convenience bar. I love these little convenience bars. You can add effects to it. Look. Ooh, fancy. More fancy. Look at how fancy. Fancy. Look how fancy and pretty that is. So make sure that when you're doing this, you're actually doing proper research. So like I was showing you, where this fishy's from. So now we know where Mr. Fishy's from. So Mr. Fishy is from the coral reefs in the tropical waters of the South Pacific and the Indian Oceans. So he's definitely not around here. So in these little green areas is where you're supposed to find him. Okay, so he's not originally supposed to be here at all. Same thing with the Burmese python. I do believe it's South America the pythons are from, or India. I cannot remember. Oh, wait. As I know one of you is probably looking it up. Did you look it up? Okay. I hope so. Oh, so if you're wondering how I did this, I literally just, boop. Didn't know we can do cameos. Oh, how fun. So I'm screen recording right now. If you don't know how to screen record, I can show you. So it's the button here that's in yellow, or that's in gray. You click it, and it gives you the little option on the top, and then you can actually read it. So if you don't want to, like, screen record, but you want to read, like, say you want to read something to somebody, you can do that too. It's really, really fun. So, make sure that you insert pictures, screenshots. Don't do that one, that's weird. Shapes, icons, models, all kind of really fun things that you can really do with your PowerPoint. I don't know if anybody's actually showed you guys how to use the equations, but if you're ever in the middle of doing, like, a math problem, and you need area of circle, there it is. It just popped up for you. And it gives you different fonts. And you guys can sit here and you see how to do this? See how it's adding in the different types of equations, math equations? So this one, good luck with that one. It's a college equation. If you guys can figure that out, it would be awesome. Let's see this one. So you could do that. And then you just click inside the little box, put a 2 there. Look inside this little box. I'll put an 8 here to the power of 8. Then I'm going to push spacebar. And then look, there it is. There is my entire math equation. Like, can it solve it? Probably. I mean, poor designer over here is like, no thanks, I don't want to do that. So when you go to your slideshow, I'm sorry, your animations, you can do these. Pull this down, go through it. So your entrance, right? It's going to just appear. How's it going to do it? Floats in. You can actually slow that down or speed it up. And then you can delay it, and then you can click. As soon as it comes on, you click on. So with previous, after previous, or click on. I have mine on click on, so you have to actually physically click on it, and it's going to tell you these little numbers, so it's going to tell you where all you put things at. So we're going to click here, and then I'm going to say random bars. I'm going to slow my random bars down because I think that's too fast. So it tells me 1, and then here, it's going to tell me 2 in a second because I'm going to go wheel, whee, boop. See now how it says 1, 2. So it tells me how many animations I have, and I only have 1 on this page. Inserting your slides says insert slides here, add a new slide. So I'm going to click here. If I have a table, I can customize my table, or I can insert a table. Now my thing is I'd rather have you guys insert a table. So all you have to do is, how do I insert a table? That's easy. Do you know the difference between columns and rows? Columns go up and down, rows go left to right. So I'm going to say, how many columns do I want? I want 8 columns by 9 rows, and I'm going to click OK, and then it gives me my whole spreadsheet. So now I can type in here, lion, fish, and then I'm going to say how many. And then I'm going to say, well, we'll do this. We'll do it this way. I'm so sorry. Let's do it this way. We'll say dates. And then I'm going to push over. Then I'm going to say lionfish. And then I'm going to push over. And then I'm going to say, what was the other one? Mr. Snake. Mr. Snakey. Excuse me. I'm typing too many things. Mr. Snake. That's not how you spell snake. Mr. Snake. Okay, and then with your dates, so you're adding some dates, and then how many lionfish you saw. Like, there was 5 lionfish, and then there was 2 snakies, because of course they're going to breed. And then you came back a month later, and then you checked it, and now there are 15, and now there are 12. So the numbers are going to go up. So you're going to tell us like all about your information and what you found. I really like PowerPoints, if I'm going to be honest. If I'm going to be honest with you guys, I really do like PowerPoints. But if you don't want to make a PowerPoint, that's okay. If you want to do it on paper, that's okay. If you want to do it on Word document, that's okay too. All right, guys. I will see you after the Thanksgiving break. Enjoy yourselves. Bye.